I'm going to show you how we're going to use OneNote at the Cirencester College, and let's get started. Okay, so OneNote is a part of Microsoft, and it's a way of collecting notes together. It's a really good way of doing research and collecting research together. But also it's quite a good way of organising your notes, and it'd be useful for you either at college or when you go on to further study. Now, there's a variety of different ways that we can use it, and I've set it up specifically for the chemistry classes in a certain way that hopefully makes it clear. Well, I'm hopefully going to try and make it clear how to use it. It's a little bit complicated to start with, but it is really clever the way that you can organise your stuff. I have got some music in the background. Hopefully that doesn't detract from what's going on. Okay, so first off, I'm going to start by showing OneNote in the, what I will do is I will check which one I'm going to do first. I'm going to do it with the desktop. Okay, so I'm going to show it with the desktop. Okay, so let's get rid of me. There I go. Okay, and I'm now going to show the desktop. So the desktop version of OneNote should now come up. Okay, so this is the desktop version of OneNote, and I'll go on to it and show you how it's set out. So with OneNote, I've got two chemistry notebooks open here. I've got column E, which is my set that I teach, and column C, which I've been looking at as well. This area here, what I see is the teacher bit. What you really interesting for you is to see the student bit. So I'm going to pick a student here. Okay, and so this is one student's piece of work. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hold the control key and the scroll wheel on my mouse, and I'm just making, this is a PowerPoint. So the way I've got it set up is I've got class notes, okay, and here are the presentations that you need for the class notes, and these are the ones that I've pushed to you because these are the ones that you have or have been done so far, okay, and you've been able to work on them. And the idea is that you can add notes to this, so I could click at the side here and just type in some stuff on here. Polymers are cool. Okay, and then if I hold control down and scroll wheel again, you can see that, and I can zoom in and out of that. I can change the size of that font. Yeah, I can do lots of things to it. I can add a tick box, which we'll talk about in a minute. You can build in links and stuff. You can even draw on it as well. So there are drawing tools, which are a little bit tricky if you're using a mouse to do that. So where's my mouse gone? Here it is. So if I try and draw, I can draw some stuff on there. Okay, but it's not very ordered. Okay, I can show a better way of doing that later. So I'll get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of this as well. Let's go back to home. So click on home, and I should be able to get rid of this bit. Right, let's go back to type. Yeah, home, and then I should be able to click on that, and I can get rid of it and can cut it or delete it. Okay, so these are the different presentations for the work that we've been doing. Now, you'll notice here there's a little circle thing here. That means that whether my notebook is synced or not. If that's there, it means my notebook is syncing up to the cloud at this point in time. Okay, so I might just stick myself back on, I think. And put myself down there a bit and actually make myself up to the top. Right, so I am staying there. Right, okay. So now I'm going to show you the other bits and pieces up here. So one of the key ones is a lesson diary. Okay, so in the lesson diary, right, there are sometimes you end up with extraneous or extra untitled pages, just blank pages. What I'm going to do with this one, so I'm just going to delete it. Okay, you hear the bing of the computer and just got deleted that. So I can see this is a lesson diary. Okay, and what I've done, and this person has actually got tick boxes. I've pushed these up to you. Let's get rid of those symbols for the moment. Okay, so I've pushed. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get out of Teams, quit Teams, so that we don't get any messages popping up. Okay, so where are we? We're on OneNote. Okay, so here these tick boxes can be used for you to tick off when you've done stuff. So, you know, I can tick that and tick that, or untick it. Yeah, so I'll leave that as it is because that person has done this piece of work. Okay, you can see that this person should be doing this test this afternoon, and I'll put the test up for them later. The test will appear up here, okay, and it will be easy for them to write on it and do it. Now, you might see that there's this aspirin booklet which will appear in here for you. And that is what we're going to be looking at after the Easter break. We've also got booklets, and the booklets here, this is our chapter 14 booklet. Now, some of you managed to pick this up out on that rather crazy last day, but it is here, and you'll be able to, you know, use this. You could write on it, and I can see you've written on it, so you can like fill in blanks and stuff. So name each of these, so you could click there and actually type on the name, what that one is. Well, let's do that now. It is butanol. Hang on, let's count up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, pentanol. Let's get that right. Pentanol. Okay, so that's that one there. I might want to do is I'll colour that in because that's my answer, isn't it? So I'll colour that in as or even highlight it. That's my answer, so I can see that as this person. I've added that on. Okay, so lesson diary. Ticking that off. Class notes. Okay, where the presentations come up. You could add extra work to that. And I'm going to flip to somebody else's who has done something really good, which is down here. So this is this person here called, well, I'm not telling your name, you might have seen it, but she's got her lesson notes up here and she's ticked those off. So she actually moved it around a little bit. I mean, this is your section. You can move it around to a certain extent, but obviously if we've got the tests in there, I need to be able to see them in there. So please don't move those around. But she's done things like this, so she's got a chemistry notes down. This should eventually load up. I'll just have a little bit of coffee whilst it's doing that. It's syncing up. Okay, so it's syncing up to the clouds. This is stored on the servers in the college. So I'm having to push up to the servers and back again. What's going on there? Why is it taking so long? Let's have a look. That's that one. That's that one. Oh, there we go. Right, so this person, she has just taken a photo of her notes and stuck them underneath that section, which is really cool as well. And also, you know, the thing is, this is ordering this stuff for you, and you can order it. Now with the aspirin booklet, so the aspirin booklet is going to have separate pages on it. Now that page should be down there. Now, what would happen is when I push this across to you, you'll have lots of different pages. I think there's 44 pages, in fact. But I'm going to make this a sub-page. Okay, now they might not appear as sub-pages, but can you see you can sort of get some order to your notebook by having sub-pages, and then I can do things like here, click on here, and that aspirin booklet rolls up, rolls down, so it's got the pages in it. So you'll have a lot of pages down here, but if you put them as sub-pages, you'll be able to roll it up and just see the aspirin booklet down there. Okay, so that is the OneNote. Using the app. Now you can download the app for Mac, for PC. You can download it on tablets and phones as well, and I'm going to show you how it works on those in a second. The only thing is the syncing. Okay, be aware it will sync, and it will take time. Okay, to sync, as long as, especially if you've done a lot of stuff, and setting it up in the first place has been putting a lot of stuff on there, and that has caused some issues with sort of syncing it. Okay, so we sort of have our lesson schedule here. We'll see how that goes depending on what happens with the situation. Right, so let's go back, and I'm going to get rid of the OneNote. Okay, and we will move to a tablet. Okay, so let's come back to, oops, no, let's go back to the tablet. Do it with the tablet first. Oh, I have to Alt-Tab back to that. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of me now. Okay, and I'm going to bring up right, hopefully right, so there is a page. Is that the right one? That's the one I really want. Okay, so bring that one up. There we go. Okay, so you can see my piece of paper on here. Okay, so yeah, I've got you know, an example of a test I've done. So I'm going to bring my tablet across. So here's my tablet. I'll turn it on. Okay, I'm going to move out of the way a minute. Ooh, good for reflection of me. I'm going to move out of the way a minute because I'm going to put my password in. I'm not going to show you that. Okay, so here is my tablet. Okay, or obviously in this case it's an iPad. I'm going to go to the OneNote app on here. Okay, so here's the OneNote app. Let's move that across and try and get it lined up better. There we go. Got a bit of reflection on it. Also, I'm going to get rid of me. Yeah, there we go. And it does say tablet here somewhere. All right, so we've got the tablet. Okay, so right, I just put my pen down somewhere and it rolled. Where'd it go? Okay, let's go back. Okay, so here is that same OneNote that I've got open. It's really annoying. I've got a really nice pen. Oh yeah, there it is. Right, I'm going to move. Yeah, it's slid underneath the camera and it's magnetic and it's stuck. Basically, I've got a clamp stand here, okay, and of course my pen is magnetic. Here's my pen here. It's magnetic and stuck to the bottom of it, so I couldn't see it. Right, okay. I'm wittering a bit. Let's try and bring that down. Okay, let's bring it down a bit. There we go. Right, so we have got a little bit of reflection, but it's not too bad. Okay, so here is the same thing. It's set out slightly differently. The labels and the tabs are down the side here. So if I go down to, I can scroll down, and you can see I'm scrolling. I'll find one of those people that I was looking at before. So let's go to class notes from this person. So this is going to load up the class notes. You see that there's a little image of a cloud here with an arrow. Okay, so if I click on that, it will download that presentation, it will sync it up, and then potentially store it on my iPad a little bit. Now, of course, with the iPad, you've got things like pinch zoom, or other tablets obviously are available. You've got that pinch zoom effort going on there, which you can use. Okay, so I might move over here, and I'm going to zoom in a bit, and I'm going to write something about polymers over here. So what I can do with a pen, of course, is I can click on the drawer, and I can pick a pen. Let's do it in green. What does that do? Does that make it a bit thicker? Right, so I can write on here, and polymers are really cool. Okay, so yeah, I've got the ability to write on it with a pen, so I can make notes at the side of it. I mean, I could create a new page as well, so I can I go back to the home part, I can insert a new page, so insert tables. There's all the sort of things I can insert, tables, pictures. I can take a camera picture. So if I go back to, for instance, the homework, so some of our homeworks or tests what you were doing were tests and past papers. In fact, I did originally get people to upload them on here, so this is actually what this person's done. She's actually taken a picture of it and uploaded it here. So let me demonstrate with this one here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on this page here, and I'm going to call it Nick's test. Test. Yeah, that'll do. Actually, I'm a bit pedantic at times. Let's have a space. Right, so it's Nick's test. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take a camera shot of it. So I can pick up my camera and so I can get it right around. There we go. That'll do. So I mean, I'm sure you're much better camera people than I am. I'll pick that up. So there, I've taken that picture, and then I can click on the button there, and that will embed that picture in there. And of course I can do things like resize it if I want to. So I think I can resize it. Yeah, I should be able to resize it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I can resize it and see. So that's sort of, that's here I would do this for those practice tests that you're doing, and just take a shot of the cover. Okay. Now, so that's my test. Right, so I can add some more notes. So let's create a new page. Now I've got to remember how to do a new page here. So, oh yeah, just this picture, this icon up here. There's a square with a sort of pen symbol in it. So now I can nick notes. So nick notes. Hopefully that wasn't a bogey. Okay. Right. So nick notes I could type. Hello. Even. Press space to collect it. Or I can insert notes by just writing. So I can start writing. Right, take a pen, some black. Okay. On here I've got drawing mode. I've got mine set up so that my hand, when I lean on the iPad, doesn't make a mark. So I can use this to write notes quite well. Okay, so I've done that. Okay, now of course the other thing is that I could not use the iPad. I could write my notes by hand. Okay, but we're going to move on. Okay, we'll move on to have a look and see how it works with a phone. So let us hide that. So we're going to have a look at how it works with a phone. That's not going to work, right? So that we need to have it as a phone. So, okay, so let's move that out of the way. Move the iPad out of the way. Here is my phone. Okay, so let's bring my phone up. There, so there's my phone. Okay, I might just twist the camera a bit so that it isn't. That's too shiny, isn't it? Oh, and now the camera's fallen. Let's do the jump stand back up. This is really professional. Okay, so there's my phone. Okay, so I can let's get rid of all these messages. Right. Okay, so here's my phone. I can scroll through, and I've got OneNote on the phone. Okay, so here's OneNote on the phone. Okay, and I can go to the same book. Okay, and I mean I'll do it on one of my pages. So this is my content library. So I go to the content library. Let's just book, class, presentation, etc. So I'm going to add a page. So here's a button at the bottom. I can add a page, and again I can do things like type on it. So my new page. And put a title up there, Nick. Okay, and press enter. So what I'm going to do now is I can, obviously I've got a camera thing here, so I can capture a photo. Okay, but what I could just do is grab some paper and write down something. So let's put down something about polymers because that's what we're looking at. Okay, so I can write, right, so here is an ethene molecule. Okay, if I have n of them, if I do addition polymerization, I end up with a polymer that looks like this. And you need to put brackets around it, and you should make sure that these two bonds here stick out. So basically this is one repeating unit, okay, from this. So we've got ethene. Okay, so this polymer is polythene or polyethene, which we often just shorten to polythene. Okay, okay, right. So I've got that. Okay, now I had my phone, which is here. Okay, and obviously my phone can see that picture, so I can take a note. Let's try. Why is it got black over there? Oh, that's better. Right. Okay, so I can focus on my phone, take the picture. Okay, and then I click done, and then that adds that page up there, and that's done. And it will take a bit of a while for it to sync up, but then eventually it should be on all my other versions of it, either on the browser or online. So let us go back to this, and we're going to do the final view, which is with the browser view. Okay, so I will need to hide that. I can put that back on. I don't know if you really want to do this, but move the clamp stand back a bit. Okay, so there's me. Let's make it a bit smaller. So there I'm in the corner. Okay, and we're going to use the browser. So the browser, we'll need to move that, make it visible. Make it come to the top. Right, so here we've got the browser view. So let me go to the browser. So here is a browser. I've got the same class, okay, and I can click on Ella, okay, who was the one I was using, poor old Ella. Okay, so if I go to class notes, I think, did I make a note in her class notes? I did, I made nick notes, and you can see it's already synced up, okay. I can use this to write notes quite well, except I end up drawing all over the place. Now, the thing is with this, because these are class notes, these are Ella's class notes, you know, I can delete them, and she can delete them. We've both got access to this, and I can sort of get rid of this, because it's obviously a bit pointless. Okay, and grab all of that, and cut. Okay, why don't we do that? I will probably need to go to draw, get the rubber, and then just should be able to rub it out now. Then yeah, there we go. In fact, I could just delete the whole page because that would be a bit more sensible. So delete that page because she doesn't really want that page in her notebook. Okay, so in the content library, I've done some other stuff and I put in a picture. So class presentations. So these are all the class presentations. I did add another note. Did I add it in here? Probably still syncing. Okay, but that note will come up eventually, and you can see those are all the ones that are going to be pushed across to you. Okay, here's the lesson diary. It just looks it looks more like the iPad version actually on the browser version. The thing with the browser version is it is linked to the net and it's obviously automatically backed up. So it's all, well, both things are automatically backed up, but they do have to sync. Okay, so I think let me come back to here. And we'll hide browser. So, oh, let's not move that out of the way. Let's move me. Okay, so hopefully that will give you a good idea. And the thing is with the OneNote is it allows you to organise your notes in a nice, sensible way. Plus, I can do a review of all the students to see all the people who've done their tests, etc. Okay, that's it for now. I will probably do another video about using OneNote for doing your research, which you'll need to do for your aspirin report later.